Hello, Mr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. My name is Chris Blizzard, and I, like so many other people, have been a huge fan of yours for a long time. Watching every video you put out, I just can't help myself. You, sir, are a strange addiction, to be sure. Now, I set out to make this video especially for you about 5 months ago now. And I was all set up, lights, camera, action, ready to roll, but my voice was hoarse. I mean, man, I sounded like JFK Jr. So I couldn't do that. Had to tear everything down and wait till it healed up, which only took about 4 or 5 days. But during that time, I watched more videos of yours, of course, and 2 of those videos absolutely changed my thinking and what I'm going to present here today. Now, the first one, I don't know if that was Star Talk or not. I was listening to my earbuds at work, but you mentioned the difference between a hypothesis versus a theory. And I'm so glad you did, because I was all set to make this video asking you to help me on this theory I was working on. Holy crap. Would have started right out of the bat making a fool out of myself. You kept me from doing that. Thank you. But more importantly than that, you took me back to Mr. West's 10th grade class and his chemistry class, and he was talking about theories and what constitutes a valid theory. Now, he said you can't have anything in your theory that contradicts known scientific facts or laws of science, E equals MC squared kind of stuff, right? And I'm sitting there in my little 10th grade brain trying to come up with my own theory. And I came up with something. And to this day, as vividly as I remember that talk, I cannot remember what subject it was even on. Chemistry, biology, math, whatever. But for the sake of this discussion, let's just say it was math. And I'm just saying that, but it probably wasn't. Anyway, you could put in a number here, a number there, a variable here, and get an answer at the bottom, right? Bam, bam, and it always worked unless, let's just say the number started with the number 9. Then it wouldn't work. That's not what it was, but I'm just saying that. So I specifically remember asking him, Mr. West, is there an exceptions clause? What do you mean, Blizzard? Well, if you got something that works all these different times, say 9 out of 10 times in your theory, but there's certain instances where it won't work, can't you just say that in your theory? Can you say this theory applies to all these different cases except for this? And this is very important, sir. He said, no, Blizzard. What you have to do is change your theory. Your theory has to incorporate everything. There cannot be any outliers. Okay, and that's why I don't remember even what it was about, because I put that on my brain because I realized there was no other way of writing this theory other than to say it doesn't work in these instances. Okay, but I want you to remember that because I'm going to come back to that throughout this talk here today. The second video, now that was definitely a Star Talk video. That was you and your cohort, that fellow with the hair, and Arsenio said, to all you people out there without science degrees, don't start thinking you know science and you can start talking about it. Quote unquote, stay in your lane. To which he asked if you agreed, and you said yes. And in all fairness, it's your show, sir. If you didn't agree, if you were just saying, yeah, I agree, to keep the conversation moving, you could have deleted that and edited that out of the segment, but you left it in. I will take that as your full-throated endorsement that you agree with him. People without science degrees need to stay out of science. All right, let me take this opportunity to give you my educational background. In high school, 10th grade, that same year, my last class of the day was Introductory to Algebra, Algebra for Dummies, whatever it was called. And in that class, I got an E-. Let me just say here, Mr. Robishaw, if you're watching this video, the last time I checked, you were one of my friends on Facebook. I did not steal your grade book. That was Todd Tomsich. He's one of my friends on Facebook. Ask him yourself. The E I deserved, the minus I did not. Now, for my, in 2017, I graduated from ASU with my bachelor's degree in theater. All right, so obviously, I'm no mathematician and I'm no scientist. So I am one of those people who are supposed to stay in my lane and not comment on scientific matters. So you obviously don't want to hear from me. Boy, that just took the life right out of me when I heard that. Not the life, but it hurt. Because I have to be honest, sir, you were not my first choice. As a matter of fact, I mean this no offense, you were my last choice of people to go to. My first choice was friends and family. And anytime I talk to them about, and that's what this is about, the Big Bang Theory, the creation of the universe, every single one of them, without exception, had the same response. Stop. Hey, dude, I don't want to hear it. I know this means a lot to you, but I don't care. All right, just stop. I'm trying to watch the game. I want to go fishing. I want to do something else, but I don't want to hear. Just leave it alone. Okay, so friends and family didn't want to hear about it. So then I reached out to my alma mater, ASU, Arizona State University, and I wrote to 2 different professors there in the astronomy department. Even though my degree was in theater, I reached out to the astronomy department and explained gave an overview of my theory and my hypothesis, and asked for some help on it. The first professor didn't respond at all. The second professor I wrote to, she wrote back and said, I don't have time for this. All right, so friends and family don't want to hear about it. College professors don't want to talk to me about it. I'm too freaking old to go back to school to get a damn science degree. So what am I going to do? Neil deGrasse Tyson, I'll write this to you. Then I heard that damn video where you don't want to hear about it anyway. Well, I'm still going to make the video. I'm still going to get out of my lane because I got something to say. Well, for one, I hear you say something, I've heard you say it yourself, I've heard Dr. Hawking say it, and you say it, that is completely wrong. I mean, it's just obviously wrong. It's wrong to a damn grade schooler could know you're wrong. And I'm not even allowed to talk about it. I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. And what is that you're wrong about? What existed before the Big Bang? I heard Dr. Hawking say this, and I was initially going to credit you for saying that you probably agree with him. Then I heard you say it yourself, so I know you agree with him. Okay, to the question, what existed before the Big Bang? Say it with me. What's south of the South Pole? That's not an answer. That's another question, an unanswerable question. It's just a clever way of saying, I don't know. I have no freaking idea. I mean, if I were an astronomy teacher, and I know I'd have a bunch of dumb students if I were, but nonetheless, if I were an astronomy professor and I were giving an exam, a written exam, and I asked, one of the questions I asked were, what existed before the Big Bang? If one of my pupils wrote back to me and said, what's south of the South Pole? ? They would get that answer wrong. Full point deduction. I might give them a smiley face, because it's a cute way of saying I don't know, but it's still the wrong response. Not even answer, it's the wrong response. You know what the right answer is? Because that is a question that deserves to be answered, and it is very answerable. My God. The answer to that question is only 3. There's a 3-word answer to it. It's very, very simple. My whole argument, it's not a theory, and it's not even a hypothesis because I haven't finished it. That's what I was going to ask for your help on. So this argument that I'm going to make has a very, very simple answer. It's a very simple argument. It's a simple answer to what existed before the Big Bang. Are you ready? Are you sitting down? What existed before the Big Bang? Whatever went bang. Whatever went bang. Fucking, how can that cannot be the right answer? It's not what's south of the South Pole. It's whatever went bang. Before there was a universe, there was the universal law of cause and effect. In order for something to happen, something had to cause it. So what existed before the Big Bang? Whatever went bang. Right? Okay, now, keeping with that simple premise, we're going to go on to the next question. Because once you accept the Big Bang as the start of our universe, you have to ask, well, what existed before that? Whatever went bang. Okay, now the next question. What went bang? Okay, that is a pretty dang simple answer. Telemarketing call coming in. You're off. Yeah, no, I was still working. Um, what went bang? Now, I have a theory on that. It's a very simple theory. And it is what went bang? Matter and energy. Kaboom. Okay? You can't fire a gun with just gunpowder. You can't just have a bang without something to go bang. You had to have matter and energy coming together. And this is something that I've developed a little bit more because that was my answer the first time, but I've improved that a little bit. It's also the same time and the same location. Same time, same location, matter and energy went big bang. Right? Now, what was that matter and energy? I don't want to get into that too much because I don't want to say anything in this video that is scientifically incorrect. Because I don't know science. That's what I was reaching out to you for. Damn it. But I can say with generalization, there was matter and there was energy. Now, what was that? Let me take you down this road where I'm going to say a bunch of things that are wrong, but just to follow my thinking, because when I went down this road, I came up, even though everything I'm about to say was pretty much wrong, I came down to the right answer. The answer that answers every question I can find scientists ask. Because, no, the answer that answers, in my paper here, I have found 6 outliers to your Big Bang. Now, when I was originally going to make this video, I was going to say, sir, there's 2 or 3 things that don't fit the Big Bang, without really consciously thinking back to Mr. West's lecture. After thinking about his lecture and thinking about this some more, I've come up with 6. I have 6 outliers to the Big Bang. And the theory that I came up with through my wrong thinking answers all of them. Okay, now, here's what I was thinking. To make matter and energy go bang, the first thing you have to have is matter, right? So I thought, let's just say in the beginning, there was, what kind of matter would we need to make a Big Bang? A galaxy. In the beginning, let's just say there was only one galaxy. And this galaxy was hovering around a big black hole, because that's your source of energy. And it is, I'll prove to you why, but it had to be. A black hole is the only thing with enough energy to make that much matter make such a big bang, make the Big Bang, not even a Big Bang, the Big Bang. Okay, so here's where I was thinking, and I know a lot of this is wrong, and I'm not the first person to come up with this idea, but here's where it took me. So the primeval galaxy was hovering over the black hole, the primeval black hole, got sucked in and went bang. Now, when it got sucked in, of course, I'm going to be very wrong here, but in my mind, and this is the only way you can really understand this, to make this understandable to people, is let's just say the primeval galaxy got compressed down to the size of a basketball. And I had that prop, but I don't have it now. All right, let's say it got smushed. It got compressed down to the size of the basketball, the primeval galaxy, right? Then it went bang. Now, I heard this lady scientist one time say, and I don't know what name, where it was at. It was on Google somewhere. No, it was on YouTube somewhere. So I watch those shows on the creation of the universe like I'm addicted to them, just over and over and over. But she said, at the moment of the Big Bang, whatever there was, there somehow matter appeared. Oh, and that Planck time crap. Holy Moses. I mean, scientists, I've read up on this and I don't understand it all. I don't understand your kabuki science completely. I won't pretend I do. But somehow in the beginning, there was nothing. Nothing but protons and neutrons or something flying around. Somehow an electron formed, came together, and they formed the primeval atom, as it was called. And somehow there was a Big Bang that happened in Planck time. And get this, folks. I don't want to try to understand. I don't understand this, but let me just give you the gist of it. In less than 1 second, out of nothing, everything was created. In like a 64 thousandth of a second, all the planets were created. In another 64 thousandth of a second, all the stars were created. And in less than 1 second, from nothing, who knows what it was, because what's south of the South Pole, right? Everything just went bang and created the universe. It doesn't make any sense. But it does to you. It does to you in your scientific mind. Because I've heard you, sir, since I sat down to make this video, and over the last 5 months, I've heard you say that every 6 months or 6 weeks or whatever the heck you said, someone comes up with a new theory about the start of the universe, and scientists have to take their time to disprove that. Because everything in your theory of the Big Bang, modern days scientists accepted theory of the Big Bang, everything fits scientifically. But other people's theories, they don't. Or hypothesis, whatever. They don't fit scientifically. Well, I've got 6 outliers that don't fit your Big Bang theory. And I'm going to get to those here very shortly. So, but anyway, you're such a defender of that, there's no way you were going to listen to me or entertain any type of other idea of it. That just doesn't fit your groove. So, I was really going to waste my time making this video the first time anyway. Back to where I was going. So the primeval galaxy gets sucked into the primeval black hole, compressed down the size of a basketball, and this lady scientist I heard talk about this, she said at the moment of the Big Bang, some matter took off faster than the speed of light. And does that ever fit my theory, my hypothesis that I came up with? That fits beautifully into it. Okay, so here we are. The primeval galaxy gets compressed down the size of a basketball, and let's just say, I'm holding a ball here, the outer 2 inches of it take off faster than the speed of light, and then the rest of the guts take off after it. That sure fits my theory, because that matter that took off, that is what we call dark matter, because that's one of the outliers. You guys don't seem to understand dark matter and dark energy, at least not completely. You got your thoughts on it. But if you understood the Big Bang, if you really understood what took place, you wouldn't have any questions. Dark matter, dark energy, why are there so many stars? Why is the rate of the expansion of the universe increasing? Why? The Big Bang happened 13.7 billion years ago. Why is it going faster now? It should be slowing down. At the very least, remaining the same speed. An object in motion with nothing to slow it down will continue at its rate, whatever, but not going faster. You don't understand why it's going faster. Boy, my theory sure answers why it's going faster. Let's look at something else we got up here. All right, what is the shape of the universe? Do you know that? Because if you understood the Big Bang theory, you would absolutely know the shape of the universe. What is dark matter? What is dark energy? You wouldn't have any questions about those things. You would understand them completely. And by the time I'm done, you will, because my argument answers those precisely. It tells you exactly what dark matter is, what dark energy is, and I'm going to do that today. I've already taught you something, right? Because what existed before the Big Bang? Say it with me. Whatever went bang. Not what's south of the South Pole. Holy shit. Okay. And here, my tester, at the end of this, look, as I've gone through my theory and watching like a freak these shows on YouTube about the creation of the universe, every time I hear a scientist ask a question, my theory, I'm just going to use the word, my theory answers it. Now, here's one of those. I was listening to this scientist one day giving a talk in front of this group of students, and he said that he had been working on science and this matter for like 30 years, whatever. And he said one question he's never been able to figure out is why, and excuse the graphics, I don't have any, I'm just shooting off my damn camera here. Why, if there's a star over here all by itself, right, the dark energy would be stronger around this one. But say there's a cluster of stars over here in a group of like, say, 10 or 20 stars, the dark energy would be less stronger around them. More stronger around this one, less stronger around these. Boy, that's just another one of those times like, oh, I understand that. My theory explains that perfectly. And yes, that it could almost be predictable. You would almost predict such a thing, according to my theory. And this guy's like, I've been working on it for 30 years. I still don't understand. Well, that's just one of the things my theory answers. Now, the other one is the cosmic microwave background. That's something I learned about recently, and no, I don't pretend to understand it. All I can say is the way my theory has answered every other scientific question I've heard asked, I'm sure it will answer that too by people smarter than me. All right, so here at the beginning, we went bang, the first 2 inches took off, and that has caused a gravitational wave, which was called dark energy, because that stuff that took off faster than the speed of light, that is the dark matter. That is the edge of our universe, right? Everything else follows after it. But that is pulling our universe into expansion, which is why the universe has continued to expand 13 billion years after the Big Bang. It's not being pushed anymore, right? Now, I'll get to it. And that takes us right to number one. My number one outlier, which you will not consider an outlier, and that is Hubble's law. And folks, for anyone watching this on YouTube, what Hubble's law states is that galaxies further from the Milky Way are traveling away from us faster than galaxies closer to the Milky Way. Which I've heard you, sir, explain, and I don't have a damn balloon. By blowing up a balloon, as it gets bigger, the air inside of it would travel faster, the stuff towards the edges, than the stuff towards where you're inflating it from. And that, to Hubble and Einstein and everybody else, that was proof that the Big Bang is real and yada yada. But you don't have it right. What it is it's the matter. I mean, why, if you're blowing up this balloon, why is the balloon blowing up faster? If your Big Bang is simulated by the air going into the balloon, why is it blowing up faster 13 billion years after it happened? It can only be that it's being pulled out by the dark matter. Now, remember when I first started this, I said we had a basketball going out spherically? Okay, that obviously didn't happen, because if it was going out spherically, that dark matter out here on the edge that was creating the edge of our universe, that would dissipate. The further it went spherically out, sorry, I'm running out of room on the camera, it would dissipate. It would get less and less and less. And that's why the universe would be slowing down in its expansion. But it's not. It's getting faster. Why is that? Well, I watched another YouTube video one night and just woke up in the middle of the night and clicked it on, and here was this guy talking about how the universe is flat. Because there's three possible shapes of the universe, as I've read about it: a flat, a convex, and an enclosed universe. And he said there was not more than a 3 or 4 degree difference between one end of the universe and the other. Okay? Now, I have never been able to find that again. I even Googled the universal flatness problem. Don't do that, because you know what you're going to get? You're going to get about 30 pages of breast augmentation ads. So you're not going to learn about why the universe is flat, but it has to be flat. And that is why it's getting faster, because one, the reason it's not spherical is because if everything got sucked into a black hole, it doesn't turn into a ball, does it? No, it spaghettifies. Your word. So the universe got stretched out when it went into the black hole. It got blown up and it's flat. And that is why all of that dark matter, which is the outside of the universe, is not dissipating. It's condensed into this one flat area, and that is why it is going faster 13 billion years after, because it's going to continue to increase in speed because the universe is flat and it's being pulled out. So the fact that the universe is flat is evidence, if not proof, that one, matter existed before the Big Bang. Two, it all got sucked into a black hole, which is the only thing powerful enough to make the Big Bang. And when it got sucked into the black hole, it got strung out, spaghettified, and that's why the universe is flat. So that explains everything I can think of. And as far as the cosmic microwave background, that will be explained too by that, because matter had to have existed before the Big Bang in order to make the Big Bang. So that is my case. That is my argument. And I wanted you to help me develop, okay, how did that happen? It wasn't like the primeval galaxy sucked in the black hole. Of course, it might have been. But I need some scientific validation, some input. I can't get it from friends, I can't get it from college professors, and I can't get it from you. Well, fuck you, and fuck you, Arsenio Hall. You know, I watched every one of your shows when you were on. I mean, all 5 of them or whatever it was. And you know what? You're not funny. You weren't funny then, you're not funny now. But you didn't bother me before, but since you told me to stay in my lane, well, now you pissed me off. So, you know, fuck you, Arsenio. And that's my argument. It explains Hubble's law, what dark matter is, what dark energy is, what the shape of the universe is. Oh, here's another one. Number 5. Why are there so many stars? Holy crap. The first time I heard about this, a long time ago, some guy said, I heard him say, there are more stars in the sky than there are grains of sand on all the beaches of the world. What a stupid thing to say. In my little brain, I'm thinking, how far are they going down on the beach? They're going like 2 inches, 4 inches deep? What, low tide, high tide? How far into the ocean are they going? Then, recently, I heard it said a much better way, and that is that there are more stars than there are grains of sand on the entire planet Earth. That makes a lot more sense. That's one of the beaches of the world. You fucking idiot. Anyway, okay. Well, why? That's an outlier. You're telling me from nothing came more stars? I mean, there are like 2 trillion galaxies? And all the stars that make up a galaxy. Holy living smoking molies. That's not an outlier? And you still got to say, we don't know what existed before the Big Bang. Well, a whole lot of shit must have existed before the Big Bang. This whole damn thing about Planck time, in less than a second, everything came out of nothing. You're wrong. You're wrong because of all these outliers that show that matter must have existed before the Big Bang. Like, what is the shape of the universe? Flat? How could you have a flat universe if it all just popped up out of nothing? Why would it go flat? Why wouldn't it be spherical? Right? And why would it be increasing in speed faster now than it was back at the Big Bang? And why are there so many damn stars? They had to have existed before the Big Bang. They did not come out of nothing. Now, I know why you cling to that idea, sir. That's because your religious beliefs have clouded up your brain. You're such a damn devout atheist, you have to come up with, there was nothing in the beginning. There was nothing before there was something. And that's what you cling to. That's what scientists cling to. Well, no, there was something before the Big Bang, and that is, whatever went bang. Holy living shit. And the fact that we have a flat universe that's increasing faster now than ever before, and that we have so many stars, so many galaxies, that is proof that matter existed before the Big Bang, because that is what went bang. And the shape of the universe is proof that whatever went bang is because it got sucked into a damn black hole, and that's the only reason it could be flat. If it came out of nothing, it would be spherical. But it's not, it's flat. So that's it. Now, back to the cosmic microwave background. My theory will, my argument, whatever you call it, will explain what that is too. I'm just not smart enough to do it. E minus. Theater, right? I'm not the guy to do it. I was going to ask for your help. I was really hoping for it, but obviously I'm not going to get it. So I'm just going to put this video out there and and that's why I'm not such a big fan of yours anymore. Not only that, but the whole global warming thing. Holy shit. I don't have time for that today, but man-caused climate change. Because you know what? Back in the 70s, it was global cooling. I remember riding in my brother Aaron's car. We're going down the road, and he's got the radio playing, little AM shit. And this fella's on there talking about how... Sorry, it's another spam call coming to break my brain. Okay, this guy is talking about how man is cooling the planet down. The icebergs are just going to get bigger and bigger, and they're all going to start coming down south and wiping out everything in their path. Now, I was in Michigan, okay, and I'm thinking, God, why couldn't I live in Florida? Because when these icebergs come down, we're going to be on the run, you know, and of course that never happened. I didn't get too terribly worried about it. I was a kid. I had other things to do, but I never forgot it. Then in the 90s, Al Gore comes out with that frickin' Fahrenheit 911. Oh, no, man, it's heating the planet. And I'm telling you, all I could think of is, son of a bitch, I've seen this movie. I seen this movie when I was a kid. I got all terrified. Now, Al Gore wants me to get terrified that the ice caps are melting and the water's going to rise and flood the planet, flood the continents. Well, guess what? What has happened since then? The polar ice caps have increased in size. There's not one polar bear floating away a little piece like, oh, help me, I'm dying, I got no ice left. No, they're bigger now. There's more polar bears now than there've ever been. The ice caps are bigger. So what did scientists have to come up with? Well, it's climate change. And you, sir, are right there in the forefront of it going, yeah, you won't listen to scientists who are telling you to exist. It's like paid scientists, you pay a scientist to come up with climate change? Yeah, they're going to come up with that. Holy crap. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that, Ray. But anyway, I've lost a lot of respect for you, sir. I mean, what existed before the Big Bang? What's south of the South Pole? Shit. Whatever went bang. That's the answer. And I hope when people ask you that in the future, when you're giving lectures on the Big Bang Theory, and someone in the crowd says, hey, Iron Neil Tyson, what existed before the Big Bang? I hope you won't sit there and look at them, what's south of the South Pole? I hope you'll look at them and say, whatever went bang. Because that's the right freaking answer. All right, that's it. Well, thanks for nothing. I can't ask for your help on anything. Shit. I guess that's about it. All right. Have a nice day, Iron Neil Tyson. I'll probably keep watching your show, but fuck you, Arsenio Hall. All right, bye.